Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Catherine, the creator of The Content Bug, and I'm here to help you follow your passion by growing your audience online. Today, let's talk about search engine optimization. Recently, I've been going through my YouTube channel and kind of figuring out what content to create, and you guys currently love Pinterest content, and that is so great because I love shooting Pinterest videos, I love talking about Pinterest, I just love Pinterest in general, but I do want to create some other stuff for you guys because I want to make sure that you can create a well-rounded online presence here so that you can grow your audience, so that you can follow your passion. You see what I'm getting at here? So I want to talk about search engine optimization, and I actually only have 2 other videos on my YouTube channel about search engine optimization, which is pretty crazy because that is like my second specialty. It's Pinterest and then search engine optimization, and I don't have that many videos on it. Slightly insane. So let's talk about search engine optimization in relation to how you write your blog posts. So this is not how to SEO your blog posts. This is how to write your content so that it is gonna perform well within your SEO strategy. So let's get into this. If you didn't already know this, your content and the blog posts that you write on your website actually have a huge impact on your search engine optimization or your SEO. Let's just call it SEO from here on out. I feel like I've said search engine optimization so many times. So if you think about it, when you go to Google, you're typing in keywords, you're typing in phrases, or you're talking to your phone and you're asking Google, Siri, whatever it is, for the answer to your question. Google is a content-based platform. They run through all the content that is on the internet. I mean, I say that very loosely. They run through all the content that's on the internet and they try to provide you with the best results based on what you have entered into Google. So the content that is on your website is extremely important to how you perform within Google and how your SEO is really doing. Now, I do want to say that I am coming out with a Google Search Console video that is going to be going live next week, and that is going to talk more about how you can figure out how your SEO strategy is doing and what keywords you're appearing for and all of that information. So if you want to watch that video, that's coming next week. But right now, I just want to talk about how you can SEO your content within your writing style. So there's a few tips of the trade that I want to show you guys here, but let me explain for a second. So I got my start in the digital marketing industry. I was actually taught under a digital marketing expert who is the smartest SEO guy that I know. And if I ever have any SEO questions, I'm going directly to him. But he taught me some SEO strategies and I really learned everything that I know under him and then trying some stuff out on my own. Trust me, he is far more advanced than me, but I am here to help you guys succeed. So let's talk about your content. When you are writing your blog post, there are a few things that you can do to optimize your content to make sure that you are going to appear well in Google and for Pinterest. So yes, in turn, this ended up turning out to be semi-Pinterest related, but Pinterest does end up pulling the first 150 words or so from your blog post and attaches it to your pin. So if you're ever on Pinterest and you look at pins and you see that there's like 2 descriptions, one at the bottom is the one that you've actually written for Pinterest, and the one actually at the top is the one that comes from your website. So the first 150 words on your blog post are extremely important, and they do need to contain the appropriate keywords that you are appearing on Pinterest. You don't want the first paragraph of your copy to say, this post may contain affiliate links. That's not going to perform well for you. You want to start out your blog post strong. You want to start out there running and include those keywords right up top. Now you may be questioning, okay, keywords. I mean, I get what keywords are, but I don't really understand what keywords to include. When it comes to keywords for every single blog post that you write, you want to think of a few keywords that are important to you. So a few keywords that are always important to me are grow your blog, or Pinterest tips, or blogging basics, drive traffic to your website, get more page views. That kind of stuff is important for me to include in my blog posts because my blog in general is all about growing your online presence. So all of those keywords make sense to me. If you're writing, let's say, a dinner recipe or something and you're sharing your favorite pasta dinner recipe that you have developed in the past year or so, you would want to include dinner recipe, healthy dinner recipe, easy dinner recipe, fast eats, food for your family, stuff kind of like that that would make sense in keywords. Now you may have noticed the first few keywords I said were all variations of dinner recipes. That's probably not the best thing for you. You can include a variety of different variations of your focus keyword, but it's better to go far beyond your keyword and do other words as well so that you expand your reach within a variety of different keywords that you appear on Google for a variety of different keywords. Do you see what I'm getting at here? It's a little bit complicated, but that's the way you need to think about your keywords. So when I'm saying include your keywords in the first paragraph of your content within your blog post, that's what I mean. Any one of those keywords that you want to include it. It's just important to get started right off the get-go explaining what you're going to talk about. The second tip I actually want to give you guys about SEOing your content or writing your content specific to SEO, I've got something in my eye, hold on a sec, is actually to include heading tags. So if you use WordPress, you may have noticed that there is an option kind of at the top left-hand corner when you are writing your blog post that says paragraph, or it will go to heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, all the way down. And if you've ever selected them before, you may have noticed that they actually change the size of your font. And I've actually talked to some people who have actually only used them to change the size of their font because they thought that's the only way how. Those heading tags are actually extremely important to your SEO. So let me break it down for you. Your heading 1 tag is actually the title of your blog post. So whatever title you are naming your blog post, that is your heading 1 tag. So when they have an option for a heading 1 tag for you to select, you really don't ever want to select it. What you want to do is when you break your blog post up into sections, which we're actually going to talk about in a little bit, when you break it up into sections, you want to make sure that each of those sections has a heading, and those headings should be heading 2 tags. Anything that supports that heading 2 tag should be a heading 3 tag. So let's say I have a blog post that is 10 things to improve your blog post writing. What I could do, I could have a heading 2 tag that says the things you need to do to improve your blog post writing. It is very similar to the blog title, and honestly sometimes I include this same heading 2 tag that is the blog title, but that would be my heading 2 tag, and then when I go through my points 1, 2, 3, the whole way up to 10, those would all be heading 3 tags because they fall underneath that heading 2 tag. Does that make sense? Now, to explain what that actually does, Google, the first thing they do is they pull your headline, and then they will pull the backup points that you have, and they take that and say, okay, is this actually a valuable blog post or is this not a valuable blog post? If you don't have heading 2 tags and you just have content, or if you just have a ton of pictures, Google may actually not reward you as much as they would someone who actually has step-by-step bullet points that's easy to break down, easy to read. And that is exactly why you need to use heading 2 tags, but that is also exactly why you need to break your blog post up into chunks. So this is tip number 3 for you. If you want to write SEO-friendly content, you need to break your content up into chunks or up into different sections. So when you are writing your blog post, you don't just want to write one hunkin' long blog post. You actually want to break it up into little chunks so that people that are reading your blog post can actually just go to the section that they need. It makes it easier for the user to read through your blog post, and anything you do to make it easier for the user, Google is going to reward you for. So if you break your blog post up into sections, then you also get to use heading tags, and overall, it's just going to be a win-win situation for you. And the last tip I'm actually going to give you in this video, I could give you so many different tips on how you could rate your content so that it's more SEO friendly, but the last tip I'm going to give you is actually within your links. So I'm sure you're including links in your blog posts, right? Because that is actually an additional tip right there. You want to include links to your own website in your own blog post and externally to other websites in your blog post. But when you are including links either to your website or externally, you want to make sure that they are not just links that are hyperlinked to text that says click here or anything that's not descriptive. You want to make sure that whenever you are linking to something, that the base that you are actually linking to, meaning the text that is hyperlinked, is actually descriptive. So if you are linking to an old blog post you wrote, you don't want to say click here to read an old blog post that talks about blank. Instead, you would want to do read this blog post and include the whole title of the blog post and hyperlink that title. You don't want to use click here and hyperlink that. You want to hyperlink something that's descriptive, because Google is going to take that text and that hyperlink and they're going to link them together. And if they do not relate in any way, or if it just says clicked here and it's not descriptive, that's not good for your SEO because you're not helping Google out and you're not providing a beneficial link for other people. Plus, if you just say click here, people may not actually know what they are clicking on, so it's better to be more descriptive about what they are actually getting into. So that is it for the tips to have SEO your blog content. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because it really does help to support me. And I will see you guys back here in another video very soon. Bye guys! I feel like I'm losing my voice, and I only shot one video.